Okay. All right.
Sounds all
Y'all
right.
ready? You got Ms. Morris, you got it?
I got it.
All right. Sorry about the delay, y'all. Meeting is now called to order. The invocation will be given by Ms. Billy Daly and the pledge by Mr. Morris Moody.
I did have a problem. Lord, we just ask you, watch over the month of the sick, Lord, we just ask you that you would help us get out of this and be able to go on and finish without so many problems for the rest of the year. Lord, we just pray that you would give us the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to make the right decisions for the good of all. We thank you, Lord, for none.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank y'all. Sorry about the delay. I guess I need to repeat that it's October the 8th. It's about 5:12 p.m. Thank you for all you do for schools, and thank you for what you continue to do. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Need a motion to approve the minutes from September the 8th and September the 14th. Motion made second.
He did not do
Any
it.
discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, fiscal year 2019 audit report presented by the winner of the Coolest Name of the Year contest, Mrs. Tranquil Shepherd. That's a cool name. Should be a yoga teacher.
Like you said, my name is Tranquil Shepherd, examiners of public accounts. In accordance with the provisions of the Act 2006-196 of Acts of Alabama, commonly referred to as the School Fiscal Accountability Act, we are here to present our audit report on the Bibb County Board of Education covering the period October 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2019. We conducted our audit in accordance with the generally accepted auditing standards and government auditing standards of the purposes of rendering an opinion on the financial statements and to determine whether the board complied with applicable laws and regulations. We also conducted an audit to the board's federal financial assistance programs in accordance with the provisions of the Uniform Guidance. We issued an unmodified opinion on the financial statements, which means that the board's financial statements presented fairly in all material respects its financial position and the results of its operations for the fiscal year ended September 30, 2019. Tests performed during the audit did not disclose any significant instances of non-compliance with applicable state and local laws and regulations. In addition, we issued an unmodified opinion on the board's major federal financial assistance programs. The board's major federal financial assistance programs for FY 2019 were Title I and the Special Education Cluster, and testing resulted in no problems being reported with these programs. Thank you. Are there any questions? Great. Thank you.
Gosh, that was quick. Thank you, Ms. Shepherd.
No findings.
Thank you, Ms. Shepherd.
You spent about 10 times as long driving as you did making a report, didn't you? No kidding. Thank you so much for giving that report, for being here tonight. All right, roll call. Let the record show that everyone is here except for Mr. McMillan. And Ms. Shepherd, unless you just want to stay, you don't have to stay. Don't think we're holding you here. Seriously. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
All right. All right. We need to approve the continuous improvement plans for each school as presented at the board work session on September the 8th, 2020. I guess what we need is a motion, a second, any discussion or questions, and we do it then. Need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second, okay, motion second. Second, any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, receive approval of policies. Request to approve policy file supervision of low-risk juvenile sex offenders, ambulance law. We received that on September 14th. 2020. Mr. McGee, you will follow up on that,
Well-
to table that, or?
No, we didn't table it. There were just some questions about what is low level, and that's generally those that have been deemed by the court to not be a risk to commit more crimes. They don't have to register as sex offenders if they're low level, as opposed to medium or high level. And it's just part of, again, it's part of a legislative act that says that all school systems have to have this policy in place.
Any questions?
I don't know how to ask this question, but I'm wondering how would it affect us in reality?
Well, what it does
If we did, say we didn't approve
is,
it, it's a law, we have to approve it, so.
well, the law says you have to have a policy. I guess they could, you know, if the State Department did some type of audit or monitoring visit, and they asked to see our policy and we didn't have it, at that point, I suppose they could write a memo or a finding of that nature. The policy itself is just, basically, it sort of puts it on local law enforcement to let a local principal know if a low-level sex offender is in their school or coming into their school. So, to answer the question, if we did not approve this policy, I guess the State Department during the monitoring visit or something could issue a finding that we didn't have it and we needed to get it in place.
Because really all this is just an approval of the policy. It's not saying that we're letting anybody into the schools that are sex offenders, really. I mean,
Well,
we've already
no.
got it. There's laws against.
No, that the law says that we have to know if they are,
Right,
so that we would know. Otherwise, there could be, and we would
Gotcha.
never know it.
gotcha.
We would never know it.
Okay.
I'm sure, we're talking about all school activities, I'm sure, not just school.
Yes,
Anywhere on the grounds, anything going on, graduation included, right?
yes, sir.
So, in all reality, I'm sure we've got sex offenders attending events. We don't have a
Don't
clue.
know, don't know.
Well,
Wouldn't you say?
I think this policy specifically deals with students that are sex
Yeah.
offenders.
Okay,
And-
it's not even affecting the,
Not adults like that might be coming to
Okay.
extracurricular activities. It's just stating that if any low level, actually any sex offender comes into your school, the local court, like juvenile court, juvenile officers, are supposed to let the principal know, and then the principal is supposed to let just those with the need to know be aware that it's a low-level sex offender, therefore, you know, keep your eyes and ears open.
I'm the only one asking questions, I guess I'm the only one that doesn't understand.
No, you know, we asked,
Are we talking about students upon enrollment, coming from another school?
Well,
Or
those are
our own
our
students that
own
went out in the
students.
community
Yeah,
or
that's
somewhere
it,
and
yeah.
committed a crime?
It'd
We're
be more-
supposed to be,
more likely-
our principal's supposed to know
Yeah,
about
more
it.
likely that if something were to happen in the community and a student were to be found by the juvenile court guilty of a low-level sex offense, then the courts have to let the school system know, let the principal know, so that not that they can, you know, harass the student and, you know, tell the whole school this student is a danger to everybody, but just so the adults in the school know, keep an eye on this student. You know, this student, him or her, has been found by the court to have committed a low-level sex offense once. Therefore, you know, the student's teacher
Yeah,
And teachers, they need to know that.
well, I think I'm a lot clearer on it.
Get a motion
Yeah,
in a second.
I think
Okay.
without it,
Just a reminder.
we couldn't
thought about
necessarily
that last
tell
week.
other
Okay,
adults
that's all.
in the building. I think
It's
it's really
okay, I
a
just wanted to-
protection of the board.
Okay.
So you physically, you know, and you can tell other people to be aware of it. Otherwise, I'm not sure everybody would know, because we didn't have a policy.
Nice,
Okay, need a motion?
I'll make-
Motion second?
Second.
Any discussion or question? All in favor? Good, no kidding, good questions, and that's, I mean,
Well,
we need to be asking questions like that. I mean, you
I
know,
think I'm a lot clearer now.
Yeah, I think Dr. Partridge, you know,
yeah,
help clarify that. This is actually good for the school system so that the principal and the adults in the school can be told. Otherwise, prior to this law, that might be something that had been decided that school officials didn't need to know.
Because they were classified as low risk, they could have been in the schools and we didn't know it.
Hmm. So this is more of an awareness, a higher level of awareness. Okay. All
I
right.
understand.
Request to approve, bid 19-2015, replacing a wall hanger HVAC unit at Bibb County High School to Nelson Heating and Cooling in the amount of $9,400. Hear a motion.
So move.
Second? Second.
No, is that on the ninth grade hall?
It is.
Is that where this is?
It's the annex. It is.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? It is on the ninth grade hall.
Okay, good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Request to approve payment to Karen Susie Powell for sign language interpreting services, October 1st to September 30th, 2021. I'm sorry, October 1st to 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $50 per hour plus travel to be made from IDEA funds. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Glenda Fay Greer to provide services to special ed students with hearing impairments and consultation with special ed teachers, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $40 per hour to be made from IDEA funds. Hear a motion.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Ashley Cash for New Therapy to provide physical therapy for students with special needs, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $70 per hour per initial school evaluation, $70 per hour for student treatments, teacher consults, IEP meetings, screenings, and necessary documentation plus travel will be made from IDEA funds. Your motion.
I like the motion.
Second.
Second it.
Any discussion or question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? A request to approve contracted services with the Learning Tree, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 21, for instructional program services, behavior reduction program development, functional behavior assessments, and employee training to implement teaching programs. Payment of $105 per hour for one consultation and $150 per hour when two consultants are on site together, plus mileage, not to exceed $8,000 to be made from IDEA funds. Hear a motion.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve payment to the Alabama Autism Assistance Program to provide ABA therapy and conduct functional behavior assessments to assist teachers with developing behavior intervention plans, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 21. Payment of $50 per hour for ABA therapy, $110 per hour for consultation and FBA/VIP development will be made from IDEA funds. Your motion.
Make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Anybody need explanation about what those acronyms mean?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, well,
Functional behavior assessment and behavior intervention plan.
Oh, okay.
That was me. All right. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Wendy Turley, psychometrist, to conduct achievement tests and intellectual assessments October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $100 per test, not to exceed $5,000, to be made from IDEA funds. Hear motion. Second. Second, all right. Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Kelly Stringfellow, OT Resolutions LLC, to provide occupational therapy services for students with disabilities, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment not to exceed $70,000 plus travel, to be made from IDEA funds. Your motion.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Deborah Wheat to provide sign language interpreting services for special ed students, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $50 per hour plus travel will be made from IDEA funds. Your motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve payment to Patricia Smart to provide sign language interpreting services for special ed students, October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. Payment of $50 per hour plus travel will be made from IDEA funds. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve contracted services with Marina Stevens, Flipside Tumbling, for after-school gymnastics instruction, October 2020 through September 2021. Brent Elementary School, payment of $125 per day, 1 day per week, to be made from CAS 21st Century Funds. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Any discussion or questions?
I'd like to ask a question. I like the idea, and I think that's a good program, because I've got relatives, children, small children involved in that. How are they selected? Just whoever wants to, or?
I think it's whoever signs up.
Just a matter of interest. How are the kids selected? They just,
Kind of like Coach Ian used to do.
Whoever signed up.
Like, you know, Coach Ian Mims used to have like you sign up for gymnastics. And
This-
pretty sure the same
And
thing.
this is at the school, right?
Right.
21st century,
and
so
how, so it's elementary, so what's the age? Are the age requirements?
You want to get into it?
No, I'm just interested because I've got,
I bet you, I
Like
bet
my
you it's
brother-
probably.
my brother's-
supposed to go there.
children, my brother's grandchildren are involved in it, and.
well, it's also.
They're good. I'm telling you, they're amazed,
The,
amazed me what they've developed into. They've been in it several years, and
The
I
next,
believe one's gonna get a scholarship
the next,
on gymnastics.
the-
She's that good.
Mr. Moody, the next agenda item addresses the same thing at the high school.
Okay.
So, it would, I mean, if they're already in middle school or high school, they
They
can go to
can-
the
They
20,
can,
the CAS
in
program.
other words,
at the
they
high
can
school.
continue on,
Yes, sir.
as long as this
So-
program lasts.
So if, your question, if a child's out of elementary school, could they still do it? Well, because it's gonna be offered in the high school, they could. If it weren't offered in the high school, I don't know what your answer would be, but because the next agenda
Right.
item addresses the
Good.
same program at the high school,
Correct.
unless I'm wrong, and we'll get clarification, I'm assuming
Well,
that any child K through 12 could take
the-
the tumbling.
The next question is,
I need a vote.
maybe more of a comment. Looks like would want it on the north end of the county.
It's being paid out of a grant that the schools wrote. We would
Well, good.
encourage,
Who
a
wrote the
teacher,
grant?
Carrie Hetzel wrote it.
Well, we need somebody, the interest, you know,
Right,
the interest has gotta be there, but I like the idea.
Great
I wish
idea.
we had it available, so somebody's gotta get busy and
I
write a
imagine if
grant.
they, I imagine if they wrote a grant and got through that, she would do a day up, you know, at the elementary and high school there too. Because he does, that's her business.
I wish, Mr. McGee, you would approach it,
see if we could get
see if
somebody.
we can get it up there.
Elaine knows about it.
All right, you got,
Federal programs, and you have to, your principal kind of has to be sold on it. They're kind of the cheerleader that leads it. And then they recruit their staff, and it takes a lot of people to run a program like that, but any school can apply for it.
I see,
I think they
I
can be
understand.
active, you know, activities like you could do piano or music, and then this was one of the alternatives. But the parents do pay a supplement
They do,
for the
right.
children to
That's,
participate in.
yeah, that's what I wanted to know, how much do they have to pay?
I
Don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know exactly.
It's affordable and,
Excellent program, though, you're right. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next, request to approve contract services with Marina Stevens. Flipside Tumble for after-school gymnastics instruction, October 2020, September 2021, Brent, Bibb County High School, payment of $125 per day, 1 day per week, to be made from cash 21st century funds. Your motion.
Make that motion.
Second.
second.
Any discussion or question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It is a good, excellent thing. Request to approve extra work / pay for Ronald Leonard as extra maintenance and custodial help. Payment of $12 per hour to be made from district general funds. Your motion. Motion second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
Mr. Leonard's a current bus driver, and Mr. Mims has come to me and requested if he could help primarily in the area of maintenance with replacing fluorescent lights and lights throughout the schools, changing out filters and air conditioning units. It would, that this person could do that those are things that need to be done, have to be done. There are always lights that are flickering that need to be bulbs changed out. But it's sometimes it's not a priority when there's a water leak or a AC down, a heater down, or something like that. So this, Mr. Leonard here as a bus driver, will work, not necessarily every day, but as Mr. Mims needs him to go and replace light bulbs, air filters and air conditioners and other, I guess I'd call it light maintenance type work. But he is a current bus driver.
Everybody good? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, request to approve the resignation of Bobby Watson, bus driver, effective October 23rd, 2020. Your motion.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request motion to approve the resignation of Charles McCallum as athletic director, Bibb County High School, effective September 16th, 2020. Your motion.
I make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? He's had a big impact on a lot of young people in this county. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve the resignation of Alan Casper as assistant baseball coach, Bibb County High, effective September 17th, 2020. Your motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
It's good to see somebody resigning besides West Blocking coach. I'm saying that in humor.
There have been a lot, seems like, no kidding. You know what I mean, no kidding. Request to approve the resignation of Bobby Terry as boys cross-country head coach, Bibb County High School, effective September 23rd, 2020. Hear a motion.
Make it motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve the resignation of Jason Hudgens as assistant JV football coach, Bibb County High School, effective August the 10th, 2020. Hear a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion, questions? Request to approve Brandon Hudson as district network specialist effective October the 9th, 2020. And what this is, he's already on board. It's a change of title and responsibility, Mr. Wally said. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve Karen Watley as contract intervention teacher, Randolph Elementary, for the 2021 school year, effective October 15th, 2020. Hear a motion. So moved. Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve Joanne Stokes as contract intervention teacher, Woodstock Elementary School, for the 2021 school year, effective October the 9th, 2020. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
Is this the Joanne Stokes that used to be there? When I was in there? Same person? Used to be at Woodstock in, middle school.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve the employment of Elizabeth Russell as a temporary school nurse, effective October 5th, 2020 through December 2020, payment to be made from CRF funds. Hear a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
Where would she be?
Roaming,
Roaming.
assisting the various school nurses as needed.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve the employment of Sarah Ann Hicks as a temporary school nurse, effective October the 9th, 2020 through December 2020, payment to be made from CRF funds. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
How many nurses do we have currently?
We have one at each school.
Each school, and
One at
they
each school.
will
These,
roll wherever they need to go?
these are for corona relief funds. These funds are available to assist school nurses with, all of the paperwork, anything that the nurses need help with, that's what these will be paid for. And both of these, you ask where will they be? They will be in the various or different schools. And these nurses, it is temporary or part-time, and they, my understanding, they do have jobs, but they'll come help out on days that they're not on shift at their current location.
Some days they'll be available and others they won't.
Yes, sir.
Sound like-
Absolutely.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve the employment of Alicia Jones, art music teacher, West Blockton Elementary School, for the 2021 school year, effective December the 1st, 2020. Payment of $100 per Friday will be made from WBES Title I funds. Hear a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request to approve the following for Cass 21st Century Community Learning Center, Brent Elementary / Bibb County High School. BES Campus Student Assistants, Ryan Terlew, $8 per hour. Carmen Terrell, $8 per hour. BCHS Campus Tutors, Ashley Miller, $22 per hour. Kara Hudson, $22 per hour. Casey Creel, $22 per hour. Ashley Partridge, $22 per hour. Gabby Pringle, $25 per hour. Hear a motion.
I make that motion.
Second. Second, any discussion or question? Smart kids in those groups. All in favor? Any opposed? Request to approve Rebecca Moreno as Cubs after-school worker, West Blockton Elementary, payment of 24 hour to be made from WBES 21st Century Funds. Hear a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Request to approve Clay Massey as the athletic director of Bibb County High School. Hear a motion.
So make that motion.
Second,
Second.
any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve Bobby Terry as boys track head coach, Bibb County High School. Hear a motion.
Make that motion.
Second,
Second.
any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Request to approve Philip Peak as girls track head coach, Bibb County High School. Hear a motion.
Make that motion.
Second,
Second.
any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Request to approve Philip Peak as boys cross country head coach, Bibb County High School. Hear a motion.
Make that motion.
Second,
I second it.
any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval subs. Melanie Penley, classroom sub. Alicia Jones, classroom sub. Rebecca Abercrombie, classroom sub. Robert Rent Taylor, bus driver sub. Your motion.
Make that motion.
Motion made, second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Request to approve the transfer of Tina Brown, educational interpreter, from West Blockton Elementary to Randolph Elementary School effective October the 12th, 2020. Your motion.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? The sick leave bank committee has approved Starla Conroy, teacher, West Blockton Middle, for up to 10 weeks of catastrophic sick leave. Sick leave bank committee has approved Megan Pierce, teacher, Bibb County High School, for up to 6 weeks of catastrophic sick leave. It has also approved Victoria Faith Morton, teacher, Brent Elementary School, for up to 9 weeks of catastrophic sick leave. Those are just informational topics. Number 9, I need a motion to go into executive session.
Make that motion.
Second,
Second.
any discussion or questions? How long?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and y'all, next board meeting is Tuesday, November the 10th at 5, 20 minutes. Love y'all, hang around if you don't want to, right? to reverse.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Superintendent remarks. Well, hold on.
I'm
The
okay.
next,
27 or 26, I'm okay.
okay.
What about you?
The next regularly scheduled board meeting will be November the 10th at 5 o'clock.
All right.
Superintendent remarks.
Well, my comments, board members, appreciate you coming in. This meeting today, actually, I am to be in Florence, Monday afternoon for a state superintendent's board of directors meeting, and then our conference is Tuesday and Wednesday in Florence. And I apologize for not catching that earlier at the last board meeting. So that's why we're actually meeting. That's why we're actually meeting today instead of on Tuesday of this week. Excuse me, the 13th, which would have been our regular scheduled meeting. So I appreciate you coming in this afternoon to hold our October board meeting. With that being said, I would like to have a called board meeting later on this month to take care of a couple of things. I'm looking at either October the 22nd or the 26th or 27th, possibly, if you could check your calendars.
I'm good on either the,
On either the 22nd or Monday the 26th.
You got a particular time that?
I would say regular time, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, a regular board meeting time.
Well, I'll do this, if I got a conflict, I'll call you, if I got a conflict. But you don't hear from me,
Does somebody want to recommend either the 22nd or 26th?
either one,
what do y'all like?
either one's
I'm good,
with
I'm
me.
literally good anything. 26th is Monday, 27th
Second's a Thursday.
is Thursday,
22nd
so
is a Thursday.
if that matters.
Okay.
22nd good with you?
Thursday,
Y'all?
the
22nd good?
All right.
Yeah.
And if Mr. Moody, if you need to change it, we need to change it to the 26th, you'll let us know.
Find out, send it to
All right.
me, so.
What
'Cause I'm
time?
good.
5 o'clock. 5
Sorry,
o'clock on the
And
22nd.
y'all just remember, 26th is my birthday.
What do you want to have a board
How old
meeting
you
on your
gonna be,
birthday?
Mike?
63.
What?
So does he want to have a board meeting on his
63.
birthday?
I'm proud of it.
Hey, be
All right.
proud, be
If I know I was
proud.
gonna live this long, I'd take better care of myself.
Mr. Oakley, that's all I have.
Okay. All right. Without there being any further business, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank y'all.